Hi, I'm Matt Patterson, enterprise reporter with the Oklahoman, and we're joined by Oklahoma City Animal Welfare Superintendent John Gary for his monthly visit. How are you doing, John?
Good, how are you?
You brought Pugsley along with you today.
Yes, Pugsley.
What is Pugsley exactly?
He's a pug mix. He's about 2-year-old pug mix. He'll be available on Wednesday for adoption. So.
And you guys have, speaking of adoption, you have we're in the NCAA tournament month. Everybody's talking about their bracket, but you guys have Mutt Madness.
We do. We have Mutt Madness. It's become kind of an annual event for us, and what we do is we have our own bracket, and prizes given away with all the dogs on the bracket as they get adopted, and the last dog to get adopted gets a grand prize, a big prize package that comes with it. So it's a lot of free stuff, and the adoptions are half price, only $30 to adopt.
How's that gone so far? Have you had?
It's done great. We started off with 64 dogs, and we're down to 26, I believe it is now. So
is that a little bit faster paced than it was last year for you?
Yes, last year it took us a little while to get through the bracket, but this year it seems to be moving a lot faster.
The tournament was over last year.
Yeah, the tournament was over. Our last one actually got adopted in July last year.
Wow. So, and talk about just the advantages of adoption, if you would, for just a second. What's good about that?
Well, I mean, first of all, you're saving the life of a pet, and anytime you adopt, you're not just saving the life of the one that you adopted, you're saving the life of the one that now gets to take its place in that kennel. So it's really like saving two every time you adopt, and then you can't beat the price. I mean, for our low adoption fees, our normal adoption fees are $60, and you're getting spay neuter, all the vaccines. The rabies tag, all of that comes included in that, and you just can't beat that price as far as that goes.
And now, if somebody maybe doesn't want to make the commitment to adopt, accept an animal into their home on a permanent basis, there are other options, and one of those is this time of year you guys need fostering. Talk about fostering.
Yes, this is our busiest time of year. Obviously, we hit spring, it becomes puppy and kitten season, and fostering is a huge program of ours. During these months, we typically have anywhere from 200 to 300 animals out in fostering at a given time. But we always need more foster parents, and basically it's a short-term commitment. You bring an animal into your home, you take care of it. Typically, it's about a 2-week time frame, depending on where the animal is as far as their age goes. But when you're doing puppies and kittens, you're just trying to get them big enough to come back to be able to be spayed, neutered, and go through the adoption program. Sometimes we do adults. Sometimes we have some that are ill that just need a couple weeks of medication and treatment, and then they can come back and be available for adoption. And so it's a good experience. It works great for people who may not be able to have a permanent pet but can do temporary things, and we provide everything they need. So we give everything from the food to the medication, anything that animal is going to need while in your care, we provide.
And if they're fostering, do they need to bring them out to different adoption events? How does that work? I know some organizations, if you're fostering, each week they'll be at PetSmart or whatever. Is that part of the program with you guys too?
They could choose to. A lot of our fosters like to be a part of that adoption process, so they'll take them to some of our outreaches that we have at PetSmarts and other locations on the weekends so they can be a part of the adoption process. If you're not one of those people and you prefer just bring them back to the shelter and make them available for shelter adoptions, they can do that as well.
And my wife and I have done it. It's a good experience. It is hard sometimes to give them up after a couple of weeks. You end up with a house full of dogs and cats.
Right.
But talk about what, in your experience, do people find it rewarding, even though it's sometimes tough to give them up? It
is hard to give them up, but it is a very rewarding experience. Like I said, there's so much that comes with it. You get, once again, it's about saving lives and the impact that that you can make. We have foster parents that through the course of the year may see over 100 animals in their home, so they help save 100 animals. And it's really rewarding because you get that immediate gratification, where a lot of the things that you do when you're volunteering takes a little time to really feel that. But with the fostering, right away that you saved a life, and there's so much good that goes into it. Not to mention the pets are just great. They're just fun to have around, and you get to spend a lot of time, socializing and having fun with them too. So it's a fun experience.
And Pugsley might be an example of a dog that could be fostered, or if somebody were interested, right?
Right. We have dogs like Pugsley, all the way up to larger breed dogs that may need it. And then, like I said, this is springtime, so we start to do a lot of puppies and kittens this time of year.
Yeah. And if somebody were interested in Pugsley, how would they find out about him?
He'll be available for adoption at noon on Wednesday, so they can come down to the shelter at noon on Wednesday, and he'll be available then. They can also go to our website. We have every animal that we have available is there on our website, so they can go there and view all the animals they have adopted and come down to the shelter. Like I said, we're open 7 days a week from noon to 5:30 for adoption, so we're very convenient hours for you to be able to come down.
All right. John Gary and Pugsley, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.